Yeah, I actually get excited about this because to me it signals that, hey, this could be the ushering in of a new empathy driven IT persona. I love this idea of somebody coming from an IT track, a CISO, like you mentioned, Jocelyn, that is leading with a little bit more of that qualitative skill set and competencies that we talk a lot about in HR. So I think it'd be a cool opportunity for like some new burgeoning up and comers. That kind of smash that typical idea or stereotype, if you will, that sometimes people have about IT folks. And we
Yeah.
saw this before from a case study perspective with a similar technology. I'll give a few people a minute to reflect back on what we did during the pandemic and see if they can put their finger on it. If you were to guess and say that we saw this with internal communications with the dawn of Slack and Microsoft Teams, you would be correct. We saw more internal comms folks get a dotted line to the CHRO through asynchronous communication tools. The whole goal of an internal comms person is to inform, inspire, and engage the workforce. And they had to do so more with the lens of the people operations initiative. So I think we can learn from what we did during the pandemic and potentially see around a corner here.
It's interesting that you bring up the internal comms because that's a whole other debate. Because the internal comms people are like, "Oh, we shouldn't report to HR." I wonder if this is how this will end. But I do see, like, again, not gonna lie, as I was looking at this, reading this article, I'm like, I see both things, and I kept like changing my mind because, yeah, like you said, Jocelyn, are we really prepared? Is that really the skill set of a CHRO out there? But then remember last week during the situation, you were talking about how it impacts employee engagement because there was an employee that was worried about what's going to happen with my job because of AI. And definitely for sure, HR folks are more prepared to handle that type of conversation that we have to have. So it's like I still go back and forth on this. I'm interested to see where this ends.
Well, I think there's a really big difference between transformation, which often sits in human resources, and then like day to day technology maintenance, right?